smaller. The remotest place was now just a phone call away.
We had actually figured this out and built something that allowed us to manipulate the trillion-dollar phone system around the world. We'd go to a payphone and we'd take a cable to White Plains, a satellite to Europe. We'd go over to the Turkey satellite station, take a satellite back to Texas, and we'd actually loop around the world 3 or 4 times and call the payphone next door. And so you could shout into the phone, and about 40 seconds later, you'd hear it on the other phone. And it was patently illegal, by the way. We were lucky we didn't get caught.
Stephen Jobs and Stephen Wozniak would bring computer technology into the 1980s, such a far cry from the 50s and 60s.
The computers at that time were as big as this room we're in right now, if not bigger. They were custom made. You could not just go out and buy a computer. They were enormous instruments, enormously expensive.
Developed by the military but also put to use by the bureaucracy, computers, some Americans worried, could be used by the government to monitor or even control the lives of its citizens. Just like Big Brother in George Orwell's most famous novel.
It was in 1948 when Orwell wrote 1984. But he was overly gloomy about the resilience of democracy.
Wozniak and Jobs and their fans had a dream: make computers available to all Americans.
There was going to be a computer in every home, and it was going to change the world. We talked about how people were going to be empowered. I listened to people who were excited about the revolution. We talked about it as being a revolution. And there were a lot of people like me who somehow wanted their own computer that they owned.
When cheap microchips became available, Wozniak and Jobs decided to build the computer that everybody was looking for.
We were forced to start this company. We didn't really want to, but everybody wanted these computers. We worked in my parents' garage and eventually kind of took over their whole house. It was kind of funny.
Their first efforts were Apple I and the popular Apple II, launched in 1977. They made the computer affordable. But it was the 1984 Macintosh with its mouse and user-friendly graphics that truly liberated the computer.
On January 24, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
We shall prevail.
The explosion of personal computers onto the market seemed to liberate technology. For one thing, ordinary citizens began to dream of